Hey, it's Mike Lemon, back again with ISTT's Work From Home series. Last video we talked about communication and the different types of communications and the infrastructure, the internet you need to have to be able to communicate successfully while you're working from home. Today we're going to talk about actual equipment you're going to need to work from home, to be successful, and to be safe. Art, kind of give us a little outline of what we're going to be talking about today.
Today we're going to talk about what do you need to be successful at home and what's appropriate and what's not appropriate. And also the comfort level of using this equipment. That's great. You've got equipment that you've been sent home with, but is it really what you need to have to be productive and have a full business day? For example, if you tell me I'm only required to check my email once a day and that's all you expect from me, I can do that with my cell phone on a very bad connection. Now, if you want me to start writing long documents, do I want to try and do that on a cell phone? Probably not. So that's what we're going to talk about today is what is the appropriate equipment? And the biggest thing to determine that is what are you expected to do? So we're going to make some assumptions that it is a individual that's expected to make and receive phone calls, whether it be voice over IP. We're going to assume that they do some sort of virtual online meetings such as Teams or Zooms, and that they have to make phone calls of some sort and obviously have computer access. So for this discussion, we're going to assume it's someone that needs some of the basic stuff at the house, that checking email once a day is not going to cut it.
All right. So let's start with probably the number one thing people use for their business. That's the laptop.
Right. So what we learned, what a lot of companies did was realize if I issue you a desktop for your desk and then give you a laptop for home, now I know you've got a computer in both places. Or maybe I just issue you a laptop and you're expected to always just have it with you, whether you work from the office or work from home. So the laptops is one of the more commonly issued out pieces of equipment. But now here's my question. If you're only issued that one laptop, are you going to feel comfortable typing or using it for long hours? And there's some tricks and tips to using equipment that we're going to either use at home only, or maybe we have to bring it back and forth to work. So laptop's the most common one. The second thing is going to be a phone. That could be a voice over IP phone. It could be a soft phone like we discussed last time, an app on your cell phone. It could be just your cell phone. Maybe your work phone is your cell phone number and that's it. Well, that's going to change the conversation slightly. And then will you be using Teams, Zooms, or some other application?
Well, you need a good cell phone, right? So when you're working, you can watch the funny cat videos and check your social media.
That's right. Because we all know that's number one thing that people ask about and go from there. So I got a little trick I learned years ago on the laptop. So if you issued me a laptop and said that is your laptop and you're going to be using that laptop at your home and on long hours, and what if it's one of those small, cool little netbook looking things with the keyboard that's like that big?
Mm-hmm.
That's not very comfortable to type on. Maybe you don't want to use your mouse pad constantly, and you're like, you know what? I just want a mouse. How do I get a mouse again? Okay, well, what we can do is we can get a USB mouse and a USB keyboard. And if we had to, we can get what's called a little USB hub where we can share those connections. So when you want to use a full-size keyboard and a full-size mouse, you can plug that in there, and now you've got a full-size one. You can even do it with a monitor. If you have a spare monitor at the house and you want a larger screen, and you can put the computer over here, you can use a monitor, a full-size keyboard, and a full-size mouse, and use that for your home office and still only have your investment mainly being that laptop. Now, of course, we need to make sure that laptop meets your needs. If that laptop is 10 years old, well, first of all, there's several security things that just popped into my head. But besides that fact, is that laptop going to do what you need to do under those circumstances? So let's make sure we're comfortable with our computer, that we're not just going to be crammed into this little laptop all day long. Now, Mike, I'm using a really nice gaming headset.
It looks good on you.
Yeah, thank you. Can you see the lights?
It's a mood ring. Don't get red.
Yeah, don't get red. Don't get red. Don't, or turn green. This is a very comfortable headset. And this headset I can use with my phone, my desk phone, or like you and I are doing right now. So I can use one headset for multiple things.
And it helps. I mean, I use a headset when I'm doing a lot of business calls, because, doing this for 20, 30, 40-minute calls really gets, your neck hurts. It really gets to be a pain in the butt to where you put the headset on. If you can connect it to your phone, or if it's connected to your computer, if it's a Bluetooth one, you can still talk, walk around, and have some freedom. Whereas the phone, I mean, you get the crick in the neck from making phone calls all day. So it's a great idea that if you like you talked about, if you got to figure out what your job is. If a majority of your job is talking on the phone, making calls, having meetings on the phone, then investing in a headset like that, either wired, if you hook it up to your computer, or hook it up to your phone, or Bluetooth, is a very well spent money.
Oh yeah. You know who I always thought, if you want to know something about being able to type and wear a headset at the same time, go to EOC or 911
Yeah.
center. Go ask a police dispatcher who's types all day long, and they're on the phone all day long. I always thought, if you want to know about comfort and typing and talking at the same time, go ask a dispatcher, because that's,
They'll
they
know
do
what
that.
the best headset.
Yeah. Yeah, they'll tell you what to stay away from, or what features at least. And it does not have this this fancy or nice. This is another one of our standard ones that we use. This works with our phones, works with our computers. It's got a little boom mic on it, so it does not have to be a big gaming headset. It's whatever it works for you and is comfortable. And like you said, Mike, both these devices, I have adapters that will go with my cell phone, my computer, or even my desk phone. And if it's Bluetooth, you could use the same device for all of them, and you can switch back and forth. So,
So we've got a laptop, we've got a cell phone, or your voice over IP or something like that. You've got you're using Zoom, using whatever your communication systems are. Got a headset, so it's more comfortable. What about the actual work area where you're working? What's your kind of suggestions for that? How do you set up your work area? Where do you set up your work area?
Whatever is the best, easiest space, and also how much space do you need on there? This is a full-size desk phone. Now, what we're able to do is, it has just a regular internet connection on. I can actually take this home, plug it into my home internet, pick it up, and that's my actual phone. We've seen a lot of businesses do that. So how much space do you need on your desk is my first question to you, that we need to keep track of. And then our environment. Are you using the kitchen table? Are you going to be comfortable sitting in your kitchen table chair for 8 hours? Yeah, you're going to get up and stretch once in a while, but are you going to be comfortable doing that? Or maybe do you need to invest in a good, support pillow behind you? Or maybe you need to look at a different room or area. And then, what's in the area itself? Kids, dogs, a headset cuts down on a lot of that outside noise, but do we have a business appropriate area? Now, we've all seen the videos. It's kind of funny or kind of cool. Kid walks in, he's wearing a diaper, and he's in the middle of a high-end business meeting. Usually, most people are understanding and get a laugh out of it. Understand that you got kids at the house, but maybe that's not the best, most appropriate.
And they understand it the first time, but
right.
The second and third time it keeps happening. Then I think there was an accepted level of unprofessionalism in the beginning of this.
Right, but not anymore.
But now it's getting to the point, okay, now you know better. Now you're not even trying. So they're going from, okay, well, everyone's trying to figure this out, to, okay, now you know that you're not supposed to turn your camera on and be eating lunch in front of everyone
right.
while in the meeting. Or like you said, or instead of having your camera facing the wall behind you, you may have your kids running around over there. You got your headset on. It's not that bad, but you turn it around, you're sitting on the other side of the table. Now all the chaos behind them is going on. That's not professional.
Yeah.
And so as we go forward through this kind of hybrid work from home, work in office situations, I think the professionalism that people expect from your office is going to be the same professionalism that they're going to expect from your kitchen table.
Yeah, exactly. And it also depends on, is this your coworker that you're having a meeting with? Well, you could be on the treadmill and probably be okay with that one, or even your immediate supervisor. But like you said, you're in the middle of a business meeting. The worst thing that luckily happened to me was Winston, my puppy. I put my laptop down on my couch, and he walked across the keypad, and the student saw his tail go past him. And I went back to the computer, and the student was laughing. What are you laughing about? Mr. McFadden, I think your dog just walked across your keyboard.
Yeah, that's
So
not too bad. Not too
that's not too bad. And then the last thing about our equipment is, do you know how to use all your equipment? It is quite embarrassing if you're supposed to be jumping on that phone call at 8 a.m. on Monday and you have no idea how to get this going because you didn't think about it until then. Please test your equipment ahead of time. Make test phone calls with friends. Make other tests. And also, who are you supposed to call? What if you need help hooking it up? What I found is not bad at all is, oh, you're not quite sure how to hook up this equipment at home. Can you please take your cell phone, take a picture of your home router, and can you text that to me so I can look at it and I'll tell you exactly where to plug what into? So who
bad.
do you call? Who do you call for initial setup? And then who do you call if there's a problem? Because that, like you said, uh, our professionalism, we expect it whether you're at the house at the kitchen table or if you're in your office.
All right, excellent advice, Art. We're just wrapping up section 2 of work from home, brought to you by ISTT, and we're going to be talking about data security next time. We're going to be talking about how to work from home, keep your data safe, just as safe as it was in your business. Art, what are we looking forward to next one?
Yeah, we're going to talk about how do we access our resources remotely and how do we do that securely and who do we need to talk to about doing that? Because the last thing we want to do is have the ability to work from home, which has advantages from the employee standpoint. But at some point in time, we've got to do a great job of securing this data and making sure that it stays as safe as it was in the office as it is in their house.
All right, Art, I'll catch you back here and see you all back here too.